Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
We are from Group 7 of Citizenship Education 2024-2025 academic year. We're gonna discuss about SDGs in our daily life.
Let us introduce ourselves.
Start from
Hello, my name is Sharifah Indriani. I'm from Bandung, and now I'm studying communication, page 2023. And my hobby is sleeping or eating.
And now I want to give you an example of SDGs that I talk about gender equality that often happen in the workplace. The issue I took, gender-based job discrimination. In everyday life, gender discrimination is still a significant issue, especially in the context of employment. Despite increased awareness about importance of gender equality, discriminatory practice persists with job often categorized by gender, such as job selection, where often in a construction company, heavy physical work is given to men, while women are more often given administrative tasks or roles that are considered lighter. This can prevent women from gaining experience and skill in the same field as men, and limits women's career opportunities. And what effort can be made to overcome these problems with gender equality policy in the workplace, where this policy ensure a fair distribution of work, the training opportunity regardless of men and women gender. With this step, it is hoped that gender equality in the workplace can be further achieved in accordance with the SDGs goal of reducing gender-based inequality and discrimination.
Yeah. Okay, continue to me. Let me introduce myself. My name is Alexia Nabila, and you can call me Zahra or Zahra also. I come from Bantul, Yogyakarta. Now I study in the major Ahwal Asia International Program, and my hobby is study.
A hunger crisis is a situation where large number of people do not have sufficient access to nutrition food, which can result in malnutrition, disease, and even death. One example of hunger in Indonesia can be seen in East Nusa Tenggara, or we can say NTT, which often face food shortage due to the combination of factors such as poverty, climate change, and limited access to research. In 2021, several areas in NTT experienced a food crisis after the impact of a prolonged drought, which resulted in crop failure. Many farmers are unable to produce enough food to meet the needs of their family, leading to increased rates of stunting and malnutrition, especially among children. The rice crisis of the past 2 months is a stark warning. It is a warning that East Nusa Tenggara is not doing well. In addition, areas such as Papua and Aceh also experience similar problems, where access to nutrition food is severely limited and communities often rely on humanitarian aid to meet their basic needs. So here are some solutions that can be implemented, like improved food assistance program, so nutrition education, so infrastructure improvement, and economic support for farmers, and community empowerment program. With this combination of solutions, it is hoped that the problem of hunger in Indonesia can be addressed effectively and sustainable. Maybe enough here from me. If I have some mistake, I hope you to pardon me. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Zuliani Rafikasari. People usually call me Vika, and I'm from Lampung. My major is chemical engineering, batch 23, and my hobby is reading and watching.
So me personally want to talk about SDGs number 7, which is affordable and clean energy, which correlate with my major and my interest. The problem is we have air pollution and carbon capture that is really high in the earth, and in order to maintain the carbon waste that we have, we need to have clean energy, which is renewable energy. And in chemical engineering itself, we learn this specific topic, and for now on, I even joining the conference in law of renewable energy specify in a nuclear energy. With that being said, I tried my best to contribute in this SGDs number 7 that correlate with my major. Thank you.
Okay, next me. Let me introduce myself. My name is Raudatul Jana. I come from Kayutanam, West Sumatra. I study at Pharmacy International Program, batch 24. So, my hobby is reading. Now we will discuss about the Sustainable of Development Goal SDG 3, or that focus on ensuring healthy lives and promoting well-being for all at all ages. So here are some key targets and aspects of SDGs 3. Number one, that universal health coverage, so reproductive health, communicable disease, mental health, health financing, health risk reduction, vaccination, global health security, and that's all.
Hello, my name is Widya Shaifi. You can call me Evi. I come from Bekasi, and I study at Pharmacy International Program. My hobby is watching K-drama.
So, I want to provide the solution of SDGs problem about quality education. Addressing the global challenge to quality education requires comprehensive solution that involve multiple stakeholders, including government, non-governmental, communities, educators, and individuals. Here are several key strategies that can help improve quality education. 1. Universal access to education, like policy development, infrastructure, and inclusive education. 2. Teacher training and support, professional development, like invest in ongoing training for teachers to improve their teaching skill and subject knowledge. And 3. Curriculum and learning materials, like relevant curriculum, develop curricula that are relevant to the local context and future job market needs, and quality learning materials, provide up-to-date textbook, digital resource, and teaching aids. 4. Use of technology, like digital literacy, integrate ICT, information and communication technology skills into the curriculum, and e-learning platform, like develop and support online learning platform to reach students in remote areas. 5. Community and parental involvement, like community programs that develop community-based educational programs to support formal education system. And 6. Monitoring and accountability, like data collection, implement robust system for collecting and analyzing educational data to inform, and there is health and nutrition programs, like school meals, provide nutritious meal to students to improve concentration and overall health. And health education, integrate health education into curriculum to promote health lifestyle. And last, and support for early childhood education, like early intervention. Invest in early childhood education programs to provide a strong foundation for lifelong learning. And focus on lifelong learning, like adult education. Develop programs for adult education and skill development. And continuous learning opportunities. Encourage a culture of continuous learning and professional development. By adopting these strategies, global citizens can collectively work towards ensuring quality education for all, thereby contributing to the achievement of sustainable development goals like that quality education. Thank you.
Let me introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Dimas Ahmad Akbar. I'm from South Jakarta. So my hobby is talking to each other. My major is Akshasia Batch 2024. So on this occasion, I would like to discuss about the topic SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals, which is about no poverty. So if we talk about poverty, Indonesia is one of countries that still has a poverty rate in the world. According to General Central Statistics Agency or BPS in March 2020, the poverty rate in Indonesia was 9.36% of the total population is 270 million. Therefore, we must know what is a mean of poverty. So, the poverty is seen as a situation in which a person is unable to fulfill the minimum basic needs necessary for a decent and dignified life. It's not easy to determine of define poverty because the poverty itself is multidimensional. So therefore, the government or BPS and several parties in the several seminars and meetings agree to measure poverty from an economic point of using the monetary approach. Therefore, these are various ways to reduce poverty in Indonesia. The fourth is increase access to the technology. First is digitalization. Increase the use information and communication technology to improve the market access for farmers and small builders. And technology training. Provide the training in the use technology of improved productivity and business efficiency. So the first is increasing access to education. First is scholarship program. Providing scholarship for a student from poor families so that they can continue their education to higher level. And two, vocational education. Encourage the skill training program that match the need to a labor market so that graduates have better employment and opportunities. So the third is job creation. Support for MSMEs. Provide the access financing, management training, and marketing to micro, small, and medium enterprise is MSME to increase their capacity. And two, investment in productive sectors. Encourage the investment in sectors that can create the jobs such as agriculture, manufacturing, and tourism. And the last is supportive government policies. So the poverty alleviation policies. Formulate the policies that directly target poverty reduction, including the adequate minimum wage setting and labor protection.
Hello, my name is Muhammad Raka. You can call me Raka. I came from Jakarta. I studied chemical engineering batch 2023, and I don't really have any hobby.
Hello everyone, today I want to talk about something that is essential to all of us, peace. For a diverse and vibrant country like Indonesia, peace isn't just an ideal, it's woven into our culture and way of life. Indonesia is made up of many islands, ethnic groups, and languages, but we live with the idea of Bhinneka Tunggal Ika, which means unity in diversity. This motto reminds us that despite our differences, we're united and that peace comes from respecting and embracing each other's background. Imagine if each of us, just like the people across Indonesia, made an effort to find common grounds and appreciate our differences, whether it's offering a smile to a stranger, being patient to disagreement, or simply listening without judgment. These small acts can lead us toward a more peaceful world. So let's bring peace into our daily life just like we strive to do in Indonesia. Let's make peace something we create, not just something we hope for. Thank you for being here. And thank you for listening.
So hello everyone, my name is Muhammad Syukron of Tuha, but you guys can call me Syukron. I was born in Sleman on 19 November 2004, and I'm originally from here, Yogyakarta, Indonesia. And I'm Javanese by ethnicity, and I'm currently studying in the Civil Engineering International Undergraduate Program at Universitas Islam Indonesia. And one of my favorite hobbies is walking, especially in the mornings. So for my SGD's theme is clean water, and as you guys know, water is the essential for life. Like we need it for drinking, cooking, cleaning, and even growing food. But did you guys know, in some places, people need to travel far just to get a clean water, just because in their places water is so hard to reach, or even their water is too dirty to use. So as you guys know that dirty water can make people sick, right? So this is why clean water is important for our health. So you guys can do these small things to save and protect our water. So the first one, you can turn off your tap when you're not using it, like when you're brushing your teeth. And the second one, you can fix any leaks in your house. And then the third one, you can try to use less plastic, because as we know that plastic is so bad and it's polluting the ocean and the water. So try to use eco-friendly product. So by making these small changes, we help keep clean water and make sure there's enough water for everyone. So let's work together for our future where everyone has their access to clean and safe water.
Okay, thank you all. Maybe that from our discussion in this occasion, if we have any mistake, we hope you all to pardon us, and especially for Mr. Herman, please give us A. Thank you, Mr. Love you, Mr.